Okay, welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build another house. So this house is primarily, the way I've built it, it's supposed to be for a store or like some sort of medieval general store where you go to buy general things. I don't know, pot of milk, some wheat, your cereal. I don't know. So it's similar to the way I do a lot of my stuff because it's kind of like a rule when you're doing a style. Most of the things look quite similar, you know, because you can stick to the style a lot easier. If you stick to like some rules, so for example, one rule, at least for me anyway, I mean it doesn't have to apply to you guys, builds, but for me, the roof design is the biggest thing when it comes to sort of medieval builds, and sort of like elven type thing. Having a roof that's arched is sort of like really important, at least in my opinion. So this is the house here. I've already built it, so I'm just going to show you around it, and then I'll explain how to build it. So it's an L-shaped house. I've built similar to this in the past, but I wanted to change it up a bit, so I went and stuck this sort of balcony, which it counters. It's a house and a store. So you come around here. There's a little trading section, a little store. Imagine there's a cashier there. You come under here to the door. You could actually come through, and then furthermore there's a store within. So it sort of counteracts as both. But if you're building this in survival, you can obviously have it for whatever purpose you want. You can have the bottom stairs for your storage, or if you're just going for decoration as a sort of living area. On upstairs you can have all your chests. In this example, the upstairs I've used as the living quarters. So we have our little furnaces here, some chests. If we walk down here, more storage. Through these double doors we have the bedroom. Again, more storage. And back here. So if we head downstairs again, you can just see the rest of the house. So like I say, it's a sort of L-shaped design with how I've set the roof up. And then I've brought it out this way to have a roof similar to the one on that side, so that the shape looks a lot better. And when you're looking at it from a certain angle, you see it's got more shape to it rather than this bit being cut off and it just going around. I mean, you could build it like that. Just I feel like because there's not much going on at the back here, it's important to have that roof there just so it doesn't look as boring and it's a lot better. So I guess without further ado, I'll begin the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to start off with the blocks we're going to need. For the main part of the build, we're going to need oak wood, cobblestone, just normal planks, some stone brick, and some stairs. So we're going to start out by laying out the foundation, which is literally going to be 3 tall pillars, skipping every 2 in between, going out like this. And when we have our curve, well, I say curve, the part that starts the second part of the building, we just need to go out from one of the corners, any corner. So if you start off by making this square, just go off one of the corners, and make this shape. I'll show you properly in a second, it's going to be easier to see, rather than me explain it. So you see we get this sort of L shape. Okay, so, well yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we're going to take our cobble and just fill in these gaps. Obviously with any of my builds that I'm going to show you, you can use whatever block you want. You could use pink wall here, if that's your preference. But the way I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to use normal cobble. Another thing, which I will remember to do this video because I forgot last time, I'll show you the house in vanilla texture pack as well. Because I always forget to do that, and I forget that not everyone likes using texture packs, and these sort of houses, they look good in vanilla as well, which you'll see at the end. So you can either skip to that or you can carry on watching, it's up to you. Once we've laid out this, we're going to bring the blocks out like so. This is the start of most of my builds, and it's pretty much the way I do them. It's just the shape and like sort of the roof design that I changed to make it look different. So before it goes night, and then like we see over here, we're gonna bring the logs up. I think 4. I think 4 is what I did. It could be 4 or 3. So 1, 2. Alright, so it's 3. Okay. Another thing that I did with this that I don't normally do, and I only really thought of it because someone mentioned. For one, someone said on Reddit, because I often post these builds on Reddit just to get like a little idea, the opinion on it straight like before I do a video. Someone said the roofs look too much stone, which I can understand looking at it now. I don't know if I think I prefer this roof design. For one, it makes more sense because someone else also said having such a big stone roof, especially in like medieval times, which is the style that we're going for, to get all that stone on a roof, it just seems a little bit, I could say unrealistic, but at the end of the day it's a game, and it's more about looks than realism. But so yeah, I decided to change it up. So if you saw there, all I did was go around putting in stairs just where these logs come out. So you go up 3, and then on the top one you're just going to bring the logs out, a single one. This is just going to, having the second level, you'll see in my Let's Build I'm gonna build this house in my Let's Build, but what I think I might do is bring it up a level. So rather than have them come out here, I'm gonna have them come out like that, and like this, to make the house taller, because I think this house is a bit small. I'll have to look at it. I'll just have to like build it and then decide how it looks. Looking a bit taller, because it's such a big bulky like top for such a small bottom, and it could look a little bit weird. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill all this in, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so that's them filled in. Now what we're going to do is the roof. This is always the fun part. Now this can be, you can make this difficult for yourself, but honestly it doesn't need to be. It may look a little complicated, but the roof is really simple. So we're going to take our stone brick, or your block of choice, and we're just going to make a little border just along the long side of the house, like so, back here, and bring it out like that. Alright, so what this is going to do, and you know what, why we might as well, whilst we're here, take our wood slabs, and then I talked about this in my last build, because of the way these roofs work, there's a sort of like a step up, there's like a block that sort of messes this design up. So just putting a half slab there sort of fixes it, so it doesn't look as strange. Okay, so if you didn't catch what I did there, basically you go from where your corner is. So let's say we just put our corner on like that. You go 1 up, so you have 2, and then this is why it's always important to have a very middle block. You go 1, 1, and then you go 2 up, 2 up again. And obviously, depending on the height of your house, you can sort of just eyeball it and just check which one looks best. So just go through, maybe if you have a really big roof, you might want to go up 3, you know, or 4 maybe. It depends on your personal preference. But for this house, I only need to do it that much because it's quite a small build. But you'll see here, just where I have 2, you're not going to want to do that because we're actually going to be using wood for the main part of the roof. So if we just get the outline done, it'll be better. So if you see again, on this side, go like that, and then just bring it down. So it's really simple. Just do it a couple times, you get the hang of it. It's nothing too complicated. And then this side we can just bring round. Again, make our little 3 corner, like so, and then we can bring it up again. So once you get the system down, it's really simple to do. Alright, so now that we've got the cobbled out, the stone rather, we're going to fill the wood in. So all this literally is joining up these stone brick blocks to each other, like this. I see that to there, bringing this along to here. If it makes it easier for you, you can fill these in first, and then put the stone brick at the end. But if you prefer to do the outline and then fill it in, that's up to you. I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in. By putting these in first, it's going to make you doing the roof a lot simpler. And it's going to make it a lot easier for you. The way I actually did the roof on this, just so it looked like it was a little bit sturdier, I had a instead of putting wood along the top, which you can do, obviously, I just put another layer of stone. And then to give the roof that curved sort of look, I just went ahead and did that. So it's just an upside down stair, bringing it out one. It just gives the roof a bit more shape rather than it looking square, which is quite common in a game like Minecraft, where everything's square. There we go, and we're going to fill this in, and I think you can understand this, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this roof. If you need to pause at any time, obviously go ahead, if you're just wondering where to place the blocks, but like I say, it is literally just a matter of bringing the blocks around, and they meet up perfectly if everything's right. And then this side is another one of those where you have to just put half slabs, so it looks like it flows. So let me just go ahead and finish this, and I'll be right back. So I've just put all the roof on, and where you see these parts where the logs are sticking through, like I say, just go over half slabs and it should look fine. Looking from the bottom of the house, you don't really notice it, but if you go in a little bit higher and you look from a distance, you can see, and just to patch it up, it still looks as good. Just put some half slabs in. So that's pretty much it. It's a really simple house to build, and the only thing left to do really now is to put the glass in. Now, again, the way you do the glass is up to you. I like to have like a big glass window to keep the sides from looking so blank and like dull, because it's quite a lot of wood. So putting the glass in, it's just going to separate that up a bit, so it's not all going to look similar. So the next part is obviously the bit that makes it like the shop. You could just leave it like this and just have this as a house, but if you want to build like I did the shop, I'll show you how I did that. It's nothing too complicated, it's just a matter of joining some logs up. So if we go from here, and then this way, and like that, bring a pillar up. Down here, I actually blocked down. That, we could probably just cover it with some leaves if you're not happy with how that looks. I had a block here, which went up there. And here we'll just place some stairs. I use stone, you can use wood. And the only reason I used stone was because there was so much wood just on this ground level. I wanted to just switch it up a bit. I felt like the stone separated it a lot better. So now we're just going to join all this together. We can use logs here if we want to. Just take our fence, place one here and two there, and then bring these along. And then here we can have our door, like so. Down here is where the shop attendant would stand, so we can just make a little desk. I just use some upside down stairs. It makes a little window, you can fill it in if you want. If you don't want it to be a sort of, I don't know, you want to use it for another reason, you can fill it in. That's up to you. Let's do this. I'm not going to show you the interior because I want to keep this video short, and I think you've seen everything you pretty much need to see. I think all I did was, you could leave it like, you can make it like that if you wanted to. I think I took all the walls out. Basically, for the flooring system, I brought these pillars up like this. I joined them all across, and then in between, if you watch my last tutorial, it's just like that. I took half slabs and I just filled in these little gaps on the top layer. Okay, so that's the last one placed. We now have the upstairs floor. How you build this, how you change this upstairs to fit your preference, is completely up to you. So I'm not going to show you in this video how I did mine, partly because I didn't think it was very good, but mainly just for time's sake. So that's the upstairs there, and then we go down here and we can see the shop. Obviously all I did to make mine was I just replaced that there. I had the counter, I took a trapdoor and just put the trapdoor there, and then obviously made the floor out of stone, and then I organised it how you saw. If you want to see me do the interior, I'll probably change it up because there's a lot of different things you can do with this house. You could have it as literally just a normal house. One idea I had was just to take this bit here out, have some fence looking down, maybe a staircase leading down to a seating area, and we'd obviously have a kitchen downstairs, and sort of the beds up here. But that's, like I say, completely up to you. If you want to see me do the interior, how I did that, go check out my Let's Build. I'll try and get a link to that as soon as I've recorded and uploaded it, because I haven't done it yet. But that is pretty much it, guys. This is the completed house. So I hope you like it. I don't know if it's been done before. I know this style is very common, very well known. A lot of people actually use it, but this is just an example of the variation you can get from using like a style that a lot of people know. So let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, compliments are always appreciated, but constructive criticism, please. It's great. Yeah, I hope you've learned something. I hope you can use this house in one of your builds, maybe, if you feel it's worthy. I don't know. I need to know your opinions. So this is the one I built originally. Sort of decorated a bit. And yeah, cheers for watching. That's it from me. Maybe subscribe. See you in some other videos. Bye.